Space Racers. Welcome to the show with Zay Frank.
Habil B writes, how does one avoid becoming a passive thinker, one that relinquishes new perspectives for comfortable ones? I'm afraid of turning into my parents. Habil B, I'm not sure I can answer that question, but I can tell you what it makes me think of. First off, you should realize that being afraid of turning into your parents is already a step up from being afraid of turning in your parents. But you may want to use your parents as a case study of what not to turn into because they happen to be two older people that you've spent the most amount of time with. Your perception of your parents, however, is a bizarre tangle of emotional and rational experiences. I hate it when she tells me I should wear a coat because it's cold outside. That bizarre tangle makes it difficult to extract useful information about those relationships that can be applied to the rest of your life. No one should ever tell anyone to put on a coat. If you're interested, a good psychologist can help you take a look at how that tangle is knotted. But even so, defining yourself in opposition to something doesn't always give you information about what you do want to become. If you're afraid that someday someone will think of you as a person who's set in their ways and unwilling to change, relax. You're already screwed. You never know, your child might say something like, "Man, my parents are so set on this new perspective thing. I wish they'd just find something comfortable." Remember, new perspectives, if they work for you, have a funny way of becoming old comfortable ones. Personally, I don't worry about going out to hunt for the big new perspectives. Those usually punch you in the face without warning when you're hanging out on the street corner with experience and necessity. When you catch your kid peeing in the dryer, you'll have a new perspective on parenting. And when you get older, you'll be smacked with a new perspective on Social Security. At that point, you won't have to go looking. On the other hand, I do find value in chasing the little new perspectives. I chase them because it feels good. As I get older, I find that I've exhausted a lot of the easier ways to feel good. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Searching for new perspectives is like searching for little mini braingasms. You can do it by yourself, it doesn't cost any money, and there's almost an endless supply. There's lots of different ways to do it, but one of my favorite ways is to play That Makes Me Think Of. It's pretty ridiculously simple. You just start with an idea and you say, "That makes me think of." You start with the obvious stuff because that's sometimes the easiest to overlook, and then you just generate a little list. Then you look at the list and find a couple things that catch your eye, and then you say it again. "That makes me think of." After you do that a couple times, you'll find yourself thinking about something pretty far away from that original idea. Although they're different, they're linked because you did the thinking, and sometimes when you look back on the first idea, you'll have a new perspective. For example, let's take that intro with the guy solving the Rubik's Cube. That makes me think of nerds, toys, the 80s, being good at something useless, feeling insecure that you're not good at something useless. Now, nerds and being good at something useless makes me think of Tom Cruise in that bartending movie, playing pencil break, the useless Olympics, the day that that skill finally comes in handy, bad superheroes, and so on. Now, it may seem stupid, but even just that lets me go back and look at the original clip in a new way. Now he's a disgruntled superhero just waiting for the day that his ability comes in handy. The only chance we have of making the serum is if we can properly stimulate this alien horse creature. "Captain, my hands are too weak. They lack dexterity and the proper endurance. I think I know the man we can use." See? New perspective.